What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Welcome back to the best show on earth.
Whoa. Best show? You're feeling all bubblegum. It's your shirt today. I don't know. You're like it's the shirt. I don't know what happened, but you're just like a little bubblegum princess today.
I actually just skipped over to our desk after I went to the bathroom, and Kelly was like, What? And I was like, nothing. I have nothing. And she was like, you skipped over here like you had some good news. And I was like, no. I don't know. It feels like spring is near.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shit.
I do love that feeling.
Well, I'll reel it in then. But welcome to the best show on earth.
I thought that was lovely.
I'm advertising it as the best show on earth these days
as you should.
to get more listeners.
Yeah.
Welcome to the best show on earth. People click it and they go, oh my God, what's so great about this show?
Amazing.
And then they find two lovely girls, Chicks in the Office, sitting here bantering, having fun. You know, the huge. How are we feeling?
The huge. Feeling great on this. I will say I did think today was Thursday. Which
It's
was
not.
tough.
It's Tuesday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And if you're listening, it's Wednesday. So
right.
that'll
Oh,
really
God,
confuse
now we
you
confuse
even more.
everybody.
But, getting ready. I was like, shit, I'm going to be late. We got trivia at 12:30. And then I was like, that's not today.
Yeah, that's not today.
That's not today.
You made me think of that song, Pop Princess Drive Me Wild. You remember
love
that
that
song?
song.
Pop Princess, I need you now. I think I'm maybe
know
singing
that
the,
song.
yes, you 100% do. I'm singing the wrong lyrics. Pop Princess, Fran, you
sings it?
100% know Pop Princess. It's by one of those bands.
Pop Princess. I don't know.
Pop Princess, the
One
Click
of those
5.
bands. Oh. I don't know if I know that
100%, and I can't even play it or sing it because of damn
you
copyright.
You can't.
They're trying to take us down.
Yeah. Big problemo these days around here.
Right. They're trying to take us down, so I can't even play it, but I'll play it for you after. You 100% know it. It was a classic, like the
I just
Disney
think
era.
Isn't Click 5 just the girl?
See,
She's
now
just the girl
I'm
I'm looking for. Yeah.
Oh, she's a mystery.
Yeah.
Was that in John Tucker Must Die?
It's in a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's in. I don't know. It might be.
Because like
I
he's
feel like it was in a
oh,
lot of that era.
Yeah, she's just the girl I'm looking for,
Yeah.
and like she changes John Tucker.
Yeah.
Although Penn Badgley's the one in the end.
Great movie.
Fantastic film.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a solid one.
Yeah, it is. It is. What'd you do this week?
And just yesterday.
Yeah.
Just the one day we
You
haven't
have one
talked in
day
between.
Yeah, we have one day.
I started watching The Pit,
oh.
which shout out Noah, great rec. It really I texted Noah this last night. Really scratched an itch. Like it's just a different type of show. I haven't watched a medical type of show since Grey's Anatomy.
Yep.
So a lot of people compare it to like ER because he is from ER.
Oh,
show,
he is?
ER.
I've never seen ER.
I'm pretty sure he is in
The
ER.
main guy?
Yeah, the main guy in The Pit was also
They
the
still
guy
make
in ER.
No.
I don't know. I never watched
ER is what George Clooney was on, right?
Yeah, I think at one point.
Yeah,
I feel like it was on
his
forever.
career.
Yes, George Clooney was in ER, and
Yeah.
so was Noah Weil, who is the main
Wait, his name's
physician.
Noah?
Yeah,
Oh,
The
nice.
actor.
Yeah.
sick.
So he's back to being a doctor.
Yeah, in the ER, and
I believe him as a doctor. I'm like, this
well,
guy's
he's
a
had so
doctor.
much experience on
Yeah.
ER that now
Right,
he's
right.
on this
the
show.
way he
And
talks to patients and
He
everything.
already
You know
is
what?
a doctor.
Would you not describe him as the definition of a man?
Like
When you watch him, you're like he's getting shit done, but he respects
No,
and
wow.
cares about you.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, while watching, like he is taking care of
Oh,
business
shit.
in
He was
that
on
yeah,
ER.
he's
ER
a
for a
good
long time.
guy to aspire to be.
Yeah, he's taking care of business in that ER,
He
and
really didn't do much after that.
well, now he's
he's
on the
waiting
pit.
for-
Came back to be a doctor.
Maybe he was working as a real doctor.
He's basically a licensed professional with all this work on medical
He
television.
Yeah.
Make Dreamy look like nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like he's just like
In what sense? His doctor sense?
Yeah. Like he makes like
Because
when
it's
you look-
not.
Well, no, obviously, like I did see some people say, like, "How dare you compare this to Grey's Anatomy?" It's like I just meant in the sense that it's both about being at a hospital. Like,
well, I had a lot of people say to me that because I posted it on my Instagram, they said that this is the most accurate show that they've seen
that's what I was trying to say.
compared
Oh.
to medical professionals who actually work in the ER. Messaged me and they were like, "This is the most accurate portrayal I have seen of an emergency
Wow.
room hospital," which then made me a little bit anxious watching it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe this season we just caught him on a busy day because there's a lot of shit going on in this hospital.
I actually tried to get Joe to watch it last night. It's gonna be a show I watch on my own.
It's a little bloody.
He doesn't really do the medical shows.
Yeah.
That's not for him. And he doesn't, the
bloodiness.
Doctor stuff. No. We watched the first episode of Righteous Gemstones instead, which was amazing.
Oh my God.
Bradley Cooper is the whole episode.
I saw
it's a flashback.
clips of that on TikTok.
It's a Civil War flashback of like Elijah Gemstone, literally from the Civil War. And it's Bradley Cooper. It's a great episode.
Do you see how much people are thirsting over Walton Goggins?
Yeah.
And
I saw this before you texted, by the way. Like,
because
Billy.
Well, I was telling Matt, I was like, people are thirsting over Walton Goggins, and I'm on the train.
Yeah.
And I texted Kelly, and I was like, confirm or deny, people are thirsting over Walton Goggins, including us because of the GQ article and him in the picture on the horse. Did you see the photograph of him on the horse?
The man is ripped.
Yeah, he's just like.
How old is he?
That's a good question. 50?
Was reading his. Yeah, I think he's like 53. His exact age.
What's his birthday?
Yeah.
I was reading that
53. You're right.
Yeah, I just read the GQ article.
Yeah.
I think it was Danny McBride or somebody said in the article that you can cast somebody like in a role that is typically somebody who is so hateable that you literally can't stand them and they're not likable or redeemable in any way and you just really don't like them.
Yeah.
But when you put someone like Walton Goggins in the role, he has this charisma about him that even if he is an unlikable character, an unlikable guy,
right,
you still kind of root for him and want to see him on your screen because he himself has a lot of charisma.
Right. You're saying that, that does definitely come into play with Baby Billy.
Well, that's what I'm saying with Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Like, you still want to see him and watch him because he has that charisma, but he's unlikable at the same time.
The man is he's crushing the Sunday night programming on HBO Max, whatever the hell you want to call it, because between White Lotus and Righteous Gemstones, he has cornered that night. Yeah. And yes, I have seen everybody thirsting hard for him.
Yeah,
big time.
He's the star of the White Lotus.
Yeah,
right now.
You're right. I feel like there's always somebody that has like a breakout moment from White Lotus in the season.
Yeah,
and
he's already a star, but he's having a good moment.
Yeah, definitely.
But the Pit, I think, is really great. And what I mean by scratching an itch is that, like I said, I haven't watched a lot of medical shows besides Grey's Anatomy.
No, and that was a long time ago.
And a long time ago. Like, I watched it in like 2020, I think. Yeah. So for me, just have a nice little change up, a nice change of pace of just something totally different than what I'm used to watching. The Pit's great.
How many did you
enjoying
watch?
It. Like 4 episodes. But I was yearning for it a little bit more.
Oh, I'm week to week now, and it comes out on Thursdays. I'm like, God, what do I watch now?
And that was my next question.
Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I want to catch up.
Yeah.
Tried crumble cookies for the first time last night.
I saw you're supporting their business.
No, I'm not supporting it. I think it's trash. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah. No, I saw your review. I just went buying the cookies. They're gross.
Well, I wanted to try it because, they opened one up in Jersey City, and I said I wouldn't try it until that one opened up. Awful. And now I got the minis.
Yeah,
so people said,
I did see people the minis are so much worse.
Okay, but that shouldn't be the case. It should be good regardless.
No, I think that's true.
It was... I honestly thought it was disgusting. Really, really did. Really disappointing.
They're gross.
Yeah.
And for the minis to even be gross says something, because the large ones are just so much bigger and are so much more decadent in the sense that, like, you take one bite and it just, like, gives you diabetes. Like, it's, like, insane.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be a problem when there was a crunch in the cookie.
Ooh.
When I haven't seen anybody have a crunch in their crumble cookie reviews.
No.
I knew that was going to be a problem. Now, I don't know if it's a location problem. I don't know if it's a mini problem. All I know is...
Which one had a crunch?
The wild berry sugar one. I also got...
Wild berry?
Yeah, wild sugar berry.
That's not a crazy flavor.
I don't know. That just sounds gross to me. I don't think
it was
of like
gross.
wild berry in terms of cookies.
It was gross.
That's
but that's how crumble is. MO. They have all these flavors. But I was excited for the Lucky Charms one. But they just gave me one that had none of the Lucky Charms filling or icing or any of the Lucky Charms on it. It was just like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we got a bad batch.
Maybe they're not ready yet. Like maybe they just opened. Like
yeah,
maybe they're
I
not
don't
ready.
know what the hell happened, but it was terrible.
Oof.
It was not good. No good.
No, it's without fail the pull one near me still always has a line out
people
the
are
door,
getting that shit weekly.
You like Insomnia?
I like Insomnia.
Yeah, but it's also like all that type of stuff is so bad. Like one cookie is like 1,000 calories. Like I don't know where you're gonna find a healthy cookie place. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody wants a healthy cookie.
I'm not looking for a healthy
place.
I'm not looking for a healthy cookie. You don't understand you're eating a cake. The crumble cookies are not. It's not like a normal chocolate chip. You're eating a cookie that is this big and has an amount of icing this thick on top.
The difference between Insomnia cookies and crumble cookies,
it's not even close. They're different stratosphere.
They're not even cookies.
Not even like Chip. I mean, Chip City's completely different. I think Chip City's delicious. Like it honestly doesn't come close to any of the other cookie places.
Does Crumble offer like slim ones, or if they're all like that?
Well, the mini ones.
The minis are supposed to be a mini
are like
version,
a little slimmer mini version, but
people say the minis are worse than the real ones. So why would you get a mini one?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was not good. It was not good, no. And I'm glad I tried it. And maybe I'll give it another go with some different flavors because people were saying the flavors weren't good, but it was a miss.
No,
it was a miss.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's time where I'm going to start making you crave that McDonald's breakfast once again. The weekend is right around the corner, and for me, the weekend is the perfect time to have that McDonald's breakfast. Or maybe midweek. Maybe you woke up today, Wednesday, listened to the show, and you're getting it right in time. You're beating the buzzer, and you can get McDonald's breakfast. My personal favorites, you guys know it, the McGriddles, McMuffins, hash browns, a high C, some hotcakes. Really, the opportunities are endless. Or you can get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, keep it classic. You can get the big breakfast, make a little breakfast taco out of it. The opportunities with McDonald's breakfast are endless because it is the best. And you know the hash browns are the best. So don't just get one. You got to get two. One's not going to cut it. Make sure you wake up in time for McDonald's breakfast and you beat that buzzer, because what time is it? It's time for McDonald's breakfast. How was your one day in between Monday and Tuesday?
No, it's lovely. I went to a bridal event for my friend Allie, who runs What Do I Do Brides.
Love it.
If you're out there, you're engaged, you don't know what to do, where to start, you can give her a follow. She's great. They actually just came out with their engagement starter kit, which is great, which is like a whole thing to help if you just got engaged, like where to start, what to do, all these things. It's really great. So she had a beautiful event. It was a pop-up for everything but the dress. They had a pop-up in the West Village. And for their closing night, they did a little dinner, and they had their different vendors and little pop-ups all inside. And then we had a beautiful dinner, and it was delightful.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was delightful.
So I was cherry themed.
Yeah, it was red. And the dress code was like red and pink, and everybody looked amazing. That was there, like beautiful outfits. Everybody looked happy in their red and pink. It was very cute. Yeah,
very lovely. Yeah. That sounds like a delightful Monday night.
Came home and watched The Righteous Gemstones because Joe didn't want to watch The Pit.
I need to catch up on The Righteous Gemstones this season. I'm very excited. Last season,
there's only 2 episodes out, so you're good.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to dock them.
Yeah,
when it comes to that, because, but then you don't want to be behind on the conversation.
No,
it's a whole thing.
That's very fair.
Also started Tournament of Champions this round.
Oh, the new season, season 6. I actually did too.
And Manit is a judge.
I know they changed things up.
She's not competing.
Now, this may be mean, but I have an ongoing thought that when you watch, it's just like Jet Tila just like can't get past these ladies. It never has been able to.
Yeah,
like literally
makes
can't.
It to Final Four every time.
Yeah, 5 seasons he can't do. And if he wins this season, like asterisk. Sorry. Like
because they took Manit out.
Yeah, they took all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
All the winners, all the previous winners are not in it. So I think that says a lot if he does make it to the end.
That is true because they also had Britt.
Yeah.
And they they have Tiffany.
Tiffany's doing like the commentary.
Yes.
And yeah. So I think that majorly comes into play. I'm like, sorry, Jet, if you win this one.
They're trying to toss up a win for Jet.
Literally, they're like, how do we get Jet to win? The guys dying for a win here.
I do like Jet, but I was rooting for in the last season, rooting hard for Antonia above him because Antonia, she got out the first 2 times in the first round, and I think she's great. So,
I know I like her too.
I'm sucked back into
they all
this.
freaked out about Wolfgang Puck. I would have freaked out too. They served him
I freaked out.
So much schnitzel.
I know.
I was like, oh my God, he's gonna have 2 schnitzels in a row.
Yeah.
This guy can't be eating this much schnitzel.
Yeah, I had the same reaction. Yeah, this is my March Madness.
Yeah. Oh, I love it too. It's my favorite thing. And then as soon as the randomizer goes, and in my head, I don't even cook, and I'm like, oh, he could do this, she could do that. Oh, she should use this and put this in that. And then sometimes they do what I think in my mind. So I'm like, bless you.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Sometimes I think that I could. I'm like, I can't execute. But the ideas are there.
You can give the ideas.
The ideas
You can create a menu.
Yeah. I can't execute it, but I know what flavors taste good together.
Yes, you
from
do.
Eating them.
Exactly. And that is a talent in itself, Francesca.
Yeah. No, but TOC is awesome.
When it gets to the final rounds, though, holy shit, it's like science. I'm like, I don't understand anything they're saying.
I know.
With the
I
final,
can't believe when they got the black tea as a mystery ingredient. I was like, what the hell do you do with black tea?
No, not that. I'm saying when it gets to like
all the
the
way to the
final end. Like the championship, but I
yeah.
don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've never seen that equipment in my life.
Yeah,
Like I don't
yeah.
know what the hell's going on. But speaking of actual March Madness, we have our team.
We do
for
Experian Bracket Busters this year.
Bracket Busters. We have VCU.
We do.
Our first game's at 4 p.m. on
very
Thursday.
good about it.
Shit, me and you, we got it. Maybe we might win.
I feel good about it. I think we had a good pick, like early enough pick where we were in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the ones that I liked were taken off early, but that's okay. And honestly, I felt good about it because after we picked it, Matt and Dana's faces, they were like, "Oh, great pick."
Yeah,
that made me feel good. And also, Jack Mack, he had one of the last picks.
Mm-hmm. And
Kevin was like, who would you have wanted if you got to pick? Like whenever he said VCU.
Nice.
Girl knows ball.
Yeah, she does. I just get up there and go, yeah, Fran's got this. Every year.
So
for the past, I don't know how many years we've done this, 6 years. I just go, yeah, Fran, you pick.
Yep. So ladies, we're pulling hard for VCU to make the Sweet 16. If they do, just a little background, because I don't know if some of you may not even know what we're talking about, but the Bracket Busters tournament, we all do it. Content people across New York, Chicago. You have to pick a 9 through 16 seed. If your team makes it to the Sweet 16, you win a prize. This year it's a cash prize. So we're hoping VCU takes us to the Sweet 16.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lucky for the both of us.
I am too. I am too.
You never know.
Yep.
You never know what could happen.
And I do love, like, these next few days are always so fun. Mm-hmm. And I know people feel that way too. And like everybody just wants to watch basketball.
Yeah.
So it's a fun environment.
Yeah. I mean, everyone around me wants to watch basketball.
No, I know.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Yay, go. Woo, whoever you guys want. Yeah.
It's a fun time.
It is a fun time.
For like group mentality,
yes,
group camaraderie.
For sure. Like group hangouts, the whole thing. For me, I'm just like happy, like because I don't have any, tie to any team or whatever. It's actually, I think, more fun for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, woo, rooting for you, rooting for them, well, whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever happens.
Exactly.
I'm just here for the love of the game. Yeah. I'm here for the love of the madness. I actually was listening to March Madness by Future earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, to get into the spirit.
I didn't know that he had a song called March Madness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is it about basketball?
No, it's not really. He says we're balling like it's March Madness.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
But I think he's talking about...
That's a good line.
Yeah, I think he's talking about other things.
Probably.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
But I assume he loves March Madness if he had to include that in a song. Yeah, so anyways, Noah, how are we doing over there? Any more secrets you want to share with the group? Or
No. What did I do last night? Nothing, really.
Of course.
No,
the amount that Noah's been giving to this show.
You guys just...
Doing nothing. I got nothing.
Basically, you guys just don't believe how boring my life actually is. You're like, no, you must have done something. No, I really didn't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, it's not that I did anything exciting either.
Yeah.
I think I just, like, act like everything's... Like, I'm like, oh, I watched The Pit and I had crumble cookies. And
Yeah, I watched the new Celtics documentary episode last night. Had Chipotle. Didn't work out. Felt like shit.
Have you tried the hot honey chicken?
I didn't even know what that was. I don't even know what that is.
Well, let me tell you. Chipotle's got a new...
They always have a new chicken.
They got a new protein. It's the hot honey chicken.
Because remember when they had the, what was it, like the carne asada thing?
Yep.
Is that still there?
They're always a special. There's always sometimes a little special treat
always
for the
cooking something up.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Really?
I had it for lunch today.
All right, I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fran got it.
It sounds like an ad. It's not.
No, it's
It
not.
does. It's not.
But
It's not.
Fran got it, and then she was eating it, and then Kelly was ordering it at her desk, and then I was like, God damn, Kelly added me onto that order. Like, I can't not have the chicken. There's a couple of things where I eat at, well, God, I can't speak. I'll eat at work that I won't eat in front of Matt because he can't even look at Chipotle because he, got sick from it. And
he hasn't had it since.
No, and I don't choose to bring Chipotle into the home because it literally, I think, makes him.
Have you gone to the Chipotle that he went to since or no?
Yeah, it's the one right near work.
It's that one. I thought it was near where you live.
No, it's the one near work.
Look, it's just with things like that,
I haven't had sushi since I had the food poisoning.
Sometimes you just.
It's a shot in the dark. It's like that's rare, it happens. But think about all the people that are going in and out of that place all day.
My thing is, like, did everyone else who ordered what he ordered that day, like, also get, like, I wonder.
Obviously not, or else there'd be a bigger problem.
Yeah, I don't think he did a polling.
Yeah. Or else literally, how would he know?
No pun intended.
Yeah, a polling.
How would he know?
Like pollo.
Or pole, like
or
Chipotle.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Like chicken, like pollo.
Do you know people who say Chipotle instead of Chipotle?
Yeah. Chipotle, yeah.
It grinds my gears. It's fucking Chipotle. Stop saying Chipotle.
Yeah. Do people do that?
Yes, I've heard it many of times. It's Chipotle.
Damn.
Not Chipotle.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's all.
That's all, folks, for the best show on Earth.
Let's do some topics.
Welcome to the best show on Earth topics. Let's get into it. What do we got?
Whenever I write the description for like the episode, the intro part, I'm always like, how do I sum this up? It's like,
this one's a doozy for sure.
TV shows, Chipotle.
I'm sorry.
Tournament of Champions, great show. Although I feel like not enough people even know what Tournament of Champions is.
I'll tell you, they don't, because we had two friends staying with us this past weekend, and they love the Food Network.
Yeah.
And they love all food-related shows, but they said they've heard people reference Tournament of Champions, but they never watched Tournament of Champions, which is why we then started watching it all weekend long. And I was like, yo, guys, we got to watch Tournament of Champions. And that's what we did all weekend. And they were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
We never watched. And that was kind of my reaction when you told me about it for the first time. When you were like, I was like, this sounds like the best idea ever.
Yeah.
So
it is on Food Network. You can also stream it on Max. But it is bracket style, like March Madness. We're really just very invested in March Madness this year. That's where we're at for sure.
It's ball, bro.
And it's just the best of all Food Network chefs, and they're ranked. And some people are newbies, some made it through the qualifiers, some are living legends, and they come and they all compete to take home that crown to be the TOC winner.
Who does Joe root for? Because I know he's a Food Network guy.
He likes Tobias.
I love Tobias.
He likes the Italian guys.
Joe Sasto.
Yeah. There's the other ones that I don't know if they're in it this year.
Carlos Anthony?
No, I'm forgetting. I don't think he's competing in this one. I'm forgetting his name. That is tough. He's a big fan of Manit.
Love Manit.
Yeah.
When I saw her pop out as a judge.
And you know who we also love? Britt Rossino.
Yes, of course.
Love. Yep.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
But I was pumped to see Manit as a judge because when she wasn't competing, I was like, come on, go for 3, Manit.
I know.
But
so there's a lot of carryover, like from season to season. Like there's mostly like of the same.
Like people will come back and they want their redemption.
Yep.
And how do they get ranked? Like the rankings are just
Guy Fieri ranks them.
Yeah, Guy Fieri, he ranks them. He has his son in the back doing interviews. I think that's the funniest part of it is that he has his son like doing the interviews.
I know.
And he's like, Mr. Fieri.
Yeah. He's like, and we have our correspondent back there, Hunter Fieri.
Yeah, you're like, it's just the Guy Fieri show.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Time to get
Guy
in.
Fieri host, by the way.
Yeah.
I just found that out.
Now you
just
picked
now.
it up.
Yeah.
The more we keep going back to saying topic time, and then we just add more into Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
I could talk about it for a long time.
I know,
That's
same.
the issue. Like, we could do a whole
Same.
recap show about Tournament of Champions.
And now Noah, what they do.
Could I just jump into this season, or do I have to
there's
watch
only
the-
3 episodes out.
What they
No, I'm
do.
just saying, should I watch the other ones first? Or?
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I don't know.
There's
It's
It's like watching
it's a
March
lot.
Madness for the first time.
And the episodes are long.
Are there
They're
like specific rivalries between?
Yeah, there are people who have lost to each other before. They want, redemption.
There's but you can pick it right up. They have a randomizer. It's just like a spinny thing. That's a bad way to describe it. But like if you were to spin a wheel, it's gonna land on something. That's what it is for like protein, food, like all different things that they have to make their dish out of. And sometimes a randomizer gives them some crazy combos.
Do you learn like anything from the show? Like,
Totally.
in terms of
Yes.
cooking, like that you implement?
Oh my God, yeah.
Totally.
I learned with tapioca maltodextrise the other night.
There you go.
Makes things into dust.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I don't even know if I pronounced any of that correctly,
I remember that from last season.
but it's because then they have to use some sort of, that's the final round. It's like using something like that. And it just turns things into sand, into dust. And I was like, whoa, cool.
Yeah.
You like put it into a cream and the cream turns to dust.
Wow.
So yeah, you do learn things. It's
do.
an educational show.
It
Well,
is.
yeah,
You take
'cause I've
away
been
a lot,
thinking- I'm
honestly.
like, maybe I should start to really learn how to cook, and maybe this will help.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will.
Maybe. Give it a shot
I
so that
will.
we can all talk about it next week. That would be fun. All right.
Topics.
Time to get into the topics for the best show on earth. You think that'll stick? I've said it enough times now.
We'll just put it right under here.
The best show on earth.
Best show on earth. Yep.
People have used that before, I think, about their own show. But ours is the best show on earth.
Right.
Okay, I'll stop with this a little bit. It's not even funny, so I'll move on. All right, let's get into the topics. Pete Davidson is dating a non-celebrity. Oh, shocking. What? Timothée Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow are having lots of sex in the new movie Marty Supreme. That was the headline.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex having. Yeah.
Donna Kelce posts screenshot of all the awards Taylor Swift won at the iHeartRadio Awards. And Sex Lives of College Girls has been canceled. And we have the Pop Corner. And we have a fantastic interview with the one and only Ekin-Su.
One and only.
She really is one of a kind.
I'm obsessed with her.
Stunning,
'Cause
gorgeous.
she is
stunning.
so gorgeous in real life. I can't even put it into words. There were moments she was speaking, I lost my train of thought looking at her. Like, I was like, in my mind, I was like, don't forget your next question. Don't forget your next question. Because she's like...
She's stunning, breathtaking. She really is.
And she commands a room. Like,
She does.
Put that girl on stage immediately. She should be on Broadway.
I was just going to say Broadway's calling her name. And I felt like a real, piece of shit for not dressing up. I was like,
also, you did kind of think...
I thought...
You did kind of think it was maybe virtual.
I thought it was virtual. And so I wore sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Which is a fair assumption considering she does not live in this country.
Right.
Yeah.
Because our last Love Island guests were virtual. I thought this was virtual and it wasn't. And it was a regret of mine, but that's okay. It was comfy, cozy. And Ekin told me it was a vibe. So, so what are you going to do?
Exactly.
All right, let's get into the topics. Abercrombie's new long weekend collection is perfect for finally taking your plans out of the group chat. I just put in a new order for some Abercrombie new styles that came out, and I'm super excited. Cute new tops, some little skirts. They have the Scarlet Skirt, which I love. It's perfect for a day to night transition. Maybe you're out during the day and you're headed out at night. The Scarlet Skirt is perfect for that, especially headed into spring. They also have the new YPB Active line. I have all different colors. I have pink, navy, black. I got cheetah print. I love their YPB Active line. I think the material is super soft and flexible. It's amazing to work out in, and they're such cute designs. They have the sports bras, the tanks with the built-in bra. It's absolutely perfect for exercising in or running your errands. Who cares? You don't have to exercise in them. You can just run some errands or sit on your couch. Who cares? They also have the Mila dress, and this is their new daytime dress that you could throw on, and it could look effortlessly styled. And there's new things and new items of clothes dropping every single week on Abercrombie. So you could look on their app, you can look online, you could shop new arrivals in store, online, wherever you shop for your Abercrombie. Shop new arrivals every single week at Abercrombie. So reports are saying Pete Davidson is dating a normie, a normal gal.
A good old fashioned Normie.
No celebrity in sight for Pete.
No.
Peter Davidson. Is that his full name?
Peter? Probably.
Peter Davidson.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be.
Yeah, Peter Michael Davidson.
Yeah.
Peter Davidson.
Michael. That is so just...
Staten Island?
No, yeah, like... It's very Irish Catholic to me.
Yeah, Peter Michael.
Yeah,
hit 2 of the apostles.
Yeah.
Right? Is that it? The apostles?
Yeah.
Peter and Michael?
They gotta be apostles.
They gotta be.
I don't remember all
There are 2 names in the Bible.
I don't remember all the
Bible.
apostles. They're certainly biblical names.
They are. Peter, Michael, apostles.
But I can't...
Yes.
Yeah, I would not be
Saint
able
Peter,
to tell
one of
you
the 12
which
apostles.
ones were the apostles.
And then there's got to be a Michael in one of the 12 apostles.
On his Wikipedia, there's like under his picture, it says subjects, and it just says social awkwardness, recreational drug use, mental health, human sexuality. Like those are like listed as
the way
like
that he's described.
I don't know if that's like what he talks about. They're saying or like
That's bizarre.
Michael is not an apostle.
Anyway, Michael's not.
Yep, that's what all those years of Catholics will do. Michael's not Michael the Archangel.
Hark.
Ark.
I know I said S.
Did I say hark?
No. You said Hark.
I can't speak lately. So.
No, you are right, but I was like, I went into Hark. Hark the herald angels sing.
Oh, yeah.
But just because you said angel.
Yeah.
Anyway. Pete Davidson is dating
the best
someone.
show on earth.
Pete Davidson is dating someone new, and he's very happy. A source exclusively tells Page 6. He is dating a non-celebrity and is, quote, very different from anybody else he's ever dated. She respects Pete and his desire for privacy, the insider says. Although things are new for Pete, he really likes this woman, our insider adds. According to the source, his mom and sister approve of this relationship and love seeing Pete so happy. And that's it. That's all the details we have. So really,
how do they even know this?
Well, an insider told them.
How do they even know that he's with a...
Look, word on the street the people are talking that Pete Davidson was wifed up again. So, once the people start chatting, whispering, the sources,
they start telling.
And it gets back to the big dogs over at Page 6, and they say, oh, who is this person? They find out, respect their privacy, don't post it. But they say he's got a new gal.
Well, congrats to her on him.
Yeah. This is good for him. I think this is great for him,
This is a nice change of pace for him.
Yeah. Slow things down. Date a regular normie.
Give the normies a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
They
deserve a chance, too.
They deserve a chance, and they're probably great people. And the celebrities, they just want like a little taste of Pete Davidson.
Yep.
And this woman, if she likes you for you and doesn't want the attention, that's great.
Yeah. Amazing. What if she's like a doctor?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, right? But good for him.
Good for Pete.
Yeah.
Some sort of surgeon.
Yeah, right?
She's a dentist. That would be awesome.
There's so many options, really.
Yeah.
In the world
anything
of
that would
non-celebrity.
Anything that would be really smart.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So many.
A scientist.
Oh.
Yeah.
The opportunities are endless.
They really are. Mm-hmm. Good for you, Pete. Happy for you.
Yeah, happy for you and happy for the woman in your life.
Yep.
Moving on to Timothée Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow. They are starring in the movie Marty Supreme together, which the headline read that there's a lots of sex between Timothée Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow in this movie, which you could assume pulled some people in to that headline, which I feel like a pervert saying that.
It's a attention grabbing.
It did. It was an attention grabbing headline.
It's also an attention grabbing quote because Gwyneth Paltrow is on Gwenny is on the cover of. I wonder if anybody calls her that.
That would be cute.
Gwenny.
Gwen. Well, because
she's a
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah,
is
I'm
her
sure
full
people
name?
Call her Gwen.
Is her full name Gwyneth Stefani? Gwyneth
Well,
Stefani.
her real name's not Gwen Stefani, is it?
I don't think.
I
think Gwen Stefani is a stage name.
Gwyneth.
I think.
Let's see.
Gwyneth Stefani.
Oh, maybe it is. It says Gwen Renee Stefani Shelton.
Oh no, that's her real name.
Damn.
So she's just a Gwen.
Gwen Renee Stefani.
Gwen.
Yeah, she's just Gwen.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that is a very cool name.
Shelton kind of throws a wrench in it at the end there.
Shelton.
Just doesn't really.
Gwen Renee Stefani Shelton.
Yeah. That gives it a whole new vibe. But Gwyneth is on the cover of Vanity Fair, and in the cover story, she talked about
Gwenny P
acting in this Josh Safdie movie.
Muse.
Yes, she's the new.
I forgot about that.
Just hit the Muse button. Like you just went Muse. Josh Safdie. Oh, Muse. Josh Safdie's Muse.
I don't know why. It just like you're right. It was like I couldn't even control
No, it's literally
myself.
like I like poked a certain part of your body, and it's just like Muse is gonna come out when that happens.
I have tears in my eyes. It literally just like fell out of me. Muse.
Yeah. Well, Gwyneth's the new Muse for Marty Supreme.
Keep going. Please.
The A24 film stars Timothée Chalamet as a ping pong protege competing overseas. Paltrow revealed for the first time she is starring as the wife of a rival professional who falls into bed with Chalamet's star. Gwyneth said, "This woman who is married to someone is in the ping pong mafia, as it were." Ping pong mafia. Didn't know that was a
Sounds
thing.
like Challengers, but for ping pong.
For ping pong,
Yeah.
yeah. They met, and she said a pretty tough life, and I think he breathes life back into her, but it's kind of transactional for both of them. Marty Supreme went viral during production because there were paparazzi photos of Chalamet and Paltrow making out. According to Paltrow, the two co-stars will be getting even more hot and heavy in the movie. I mean, we have a lot of sex in this movie, Paltrow teased. There's a lot. A lot. She said a lot twice. Filming sex scenes with Chalamet introduced Paltrow to an intimacy coordinator for the first time, although she didn't appear to need one for decades in Hollywood. She said, "There's now something called an intimacy coordinator, which I did not know existed." Noting that when Marty Supreme's intimacy coordinator asked her if she'd be comfortable with a particular move during the filming of an intimate scene, I was like, "Girl, I'm from the era where you get naked, you get in bed, the camera's on." We said, "I think we're good. You can step a little bit back," Paltrow added, of not relying on an intimacy coordinator. I don't know how it is for kids who are starting out, but if someone's like, okay, and then he's going to put his hand here, I would feel as an artist very stifled by that. Paltrow joked that she cut right to the chase before filming sex scenes with Chalamet. I was like, okay, great. I'm 109 years old. You're 14.
Oh my God.
The Oscar winner went on to refer to Chalamet as a thinking man sex symbol, adding to Vanity Fair, "He's just very polite, properly raised. I was going to say kid. He's a man who takes his work really seriously and is a fun partner." It's like, oh, that's very nice.
That is very nice.
But Gwyneth, like, she doesn't have much of a filter.
No,
really.
she doesn't. And the topic of the intimacy coordinator has come up more lately because Mikey Madison talked about how they did not have one for Nora, and she talked with Pamela Anderson, and Pamela Anderson was kind of saying, like, it is important to have one, which I think it is important to have one on the set, of course.
Yeah, I agree.
If Gwyneth and Timothée are both comfortable being like, hey, you could take a step back, we're just going to like do our thing, then that's,
totally
up to them as well.
But the person should be there.
But they should be there for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's up to Gwyneth and Timothée. If they're like, you grab me here, I'll grab you there, we'll grab wherever, and we're going to get this thing going.
You would just like to hope that if Gwyneth, like, if that's the page Gwyneth was on, because she's like, I've been there, done that. Like, they didn't have this person when I was doing this years ago in movies and other times that, like, Timothy's on board too.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. They both have to be on board with it.
On board for sure.
Like, just because, I mean, it's actually crazy to think that they didn't have, you know what I mean? It's more of a newer thing. Like, it's kind of insane to think about. But it definitely has been more of a topic of conversation lately because it's also, I was reading about this because people were upset when Mikey Madison talked about not having one because she was okay with it. But people were mentioning that it's also for the people on set as well, which makes sense. So,
totally does.
Having to be there makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
But coordinating like each hand placement, I guess, would be, the actors, if they're okay with it.
Yeah, right.
But it's
a long process. There's so many steps to it. You don't even think about it watching, a 20-second moment in a movie takes like so much
right
to choreograph and
right
do
there.
and
It's a whole.
make and-
It's
yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's anything sexy about it.
No,
you know
it
what I
does-
mean? It seems
doesn't.
very like choreographed and whatnot because they are acting. But it does sound like this is going to be some spicy film between the two of them.
Seriously.
The way she talked about it.
Yeah. Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme with the ping pong.
Yeah.
Ping pong gets the people going.
I think they were finally done getting all their shots. That's why he was able to shave that goatee thing he had going.
Yeah, the mustache.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this movie. I'm actually excited for literally any film Timothée Chalamet does.
Really, I think so. Yeah, exactly. And you put like Josh Safdie,
Muse,
A24, Gwenny P, and Timmy C. I mean,
I feel like she
Right.
hasn't done much recently, like film-wise.
no, not really. Well, she took like a step back for a while and wasn't acting for a bit. And I mean, she does kind of crack me up. Like when she talks, sometimes you ask her like what Marvel movie she's been in. And she's like, oh, I don't know.
yeah, she doesn't really have.
She's
a
like, I was
filter.
Pepper Potts in a couple of them.
Yeah.
I popped up here and there.
She's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
On to the next. I'm in Marty Supreme now.
They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You gotta sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Believe me, I've been there plenty of times. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, Game Time is here, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. Plus, the Game Time Picks feature makes it even easier to find the great deals on the seats you want. Just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Pick setting at the top of the screen or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. I've had my eye on a couple concerts coming up. I know Gracie Abrams is in the summer. I have that one circled. I am tracking tickets. I won't buy them yet, but as it gets closer, that's the time when I am looking. If you're a big basketball fan, maybe you want to go see some March Madness coming up. You want to see it in person, you can do that at Game Time. So what are you waiting for? It is time to buy those tickets with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
Donna Kelce seems to be very proud of Taylor Swift, posting a screenshot of all the awards she won at the iHeartRadio Awards. Do you think that was a little like, hey, Grammys, look at all the awards Taylor won at iHeart?
I don't know if it was that or if she like accidentally posted this to her grid. You know, like I don't know, because there's no caption. Like she didn't write anything with it. It's just a screenshot of like I don't even know where this came from. It's like fan made.
She's just letting the people know.
Yes, she wanted everybody to know. And in the I don't even know, it's like not even necessarily a graphic, but like what she posted, it wrote, you know, Artist of the Year, everything she won. Artist of the Year, Pop Artist of the Year, Best Collaboration, Favorite Surprise Guest. Maybe because it was also Travis Kelce. Favorite Surprise Guest was on there too, so Travis won. Favorite Tour Tradition, another one. Lyrics, Music Video, Tour Style, On Screen. Taylor took home 6 of these fan-voted awards tonight. Oh, so those were all the ones she was nominated for, and then she took home 6 of them. One of them being the Surprise Guest, which was Travis. So it also included the Travis win. So maybe that was another reason of her posting that, because it was like, oh, Travis they won together for this one. But such a mom move to also not write anything with it.
Yeah, just here's the screenshot, everybody.
Just no caption, no, just that's it. But I love it. Support.
Did you see that they were out to dinner at Del Frisco's the other night? I thought,
Yeah, I
wow,
did.
a chain.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, sometimes you can't compete with a good steakhouse chain.
Yeah, it's good, but I
Yeah.
was just shocked to see them there. I thought,
Yeah.
what made them?
I bet you Travis fucks up a Del Frisco. You know?
So true. So true. He's like, we're going to Del Frisco's tonight,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Donna,
I thought that was very sweet that
Donna's
Donna
very
posted
proud.
that. She's very excited
I
for
think
both of
that's
them.
great.
Yeah. I know that the Taylor fans were hoping maybe there was some announcement or something to coincide with these iHeart Awards. It doesn't seem like there was. So
No. No.
We're waiting here.
I think
desperately for an announcement.
She must be like, wow, like I got them again, you know?
Yeah, like Reputation, Taylor's version, people are dying. Where is it? When is it? Debut? People like, is it debut?
Right. We
is
got
it
2 more.
Like,
what's it gonna be?
Yeah.
And when is it gonna be?
Yeah.
Well, she's probably resting right now and enjoying vacationing, which they should. Yeah. They've had a busy year.
Traveling. I know they were in Park City too, I think. Mm-hmm. Which was probably lovely.
And they went to Crane Club too the other night in New York City, which is a fabulous new restaurant.
Yeah. Yep. So they're just living their life on the outside.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Good
Amazing.
for them. Good for them.
Very sweet.
Not so great for the cast of Sex Lives of College Girls. It was canceled.
Yeah.
Womp womp. I mean,
you're like a soundboard today. You're like a sound effect board. You're just like coming out with sound effects.
I just mean like womp womp.
Yeah,
like,
womp womp. That sucks.
That sucks. I mean, it was a great show. I think it started off great. I loved the first season. I liked the second season.
Yeah.
I think this season sort of took a dip.
Yeah.
Which I think was...
I didn't even finish this season.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I, which I was hesitant to even talk about.
Which probably means we're part of the problem. You know,
we are part of the problem.
The show gets canceled.
I know. We are part of the problem, but that's what happened. And
they are hoping that they'll find a new network for it.
Yeah, that would be great. Listen, it has a dedicated fan base, and I know people are very upset by this, but
and people love like a Mindy.
I mean, I will literally
Mindy Kaling made show.
I will watch any Mindy Kaling made show.
Oh.
I just saw a TikTok that was like, if Mindy Kaling wrote, produced, has anything to do with the show, I'm watching it. And I have the same exact take. I will watch anything Mindy Kaling produces or writes or anything.
That's why I loved Running Point so much too, because it really just gives you. It really just has that feel of her vibe, her like writing, storytelling, her, and Ike Barinholtz too. And I just think they're so funny. And I also love that there's like a Mindy Kaling universe because it's a lot of the same actors and actresses that she from her shows that she's done that are back into other that they bring for these new shows, right? So like whether it's somebody from the Mindy Project or Never Have I Ever or now Running Point, like there's always the same people, and I love seeing that.
So do I.
I loved seeing from Never Have I Ever, her grandma was also playing the basketball coach in Running Point when the kid couldn't hit his free throws. Like it's just like, I love seeing these little pop-ups.
It's so good. She's just so spectacular. We'll watch anything. But I mean, first of all, Never Have I Ever, the best show, and I wish it would come back. But
Paxton Hall is on Chicago Med.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, Michael Voltaggio.
That's who I was thinking of. That Joe likes on TOC. He's not on this season. The Voltaggio. Yeah. Wow.
Young and Hungry.
That's him.
Yes. But do you remember Young and Hungry?
Yes.
First of all, justice for Young and Hungry.
Young and Hungry was fantastic.
Fantastic show. 5 seasons. Never finished it. They were supposed to do a movie. It didn't happen. But my friend Leah reminded me this weekend about Lloyd, who I forget his name in Young and Hungry, how much he loved Michael Voltaggio in Young and Hungry. And I was like, wow, what a crossover right now.
Wow.
And now I want to do a rewatch of Young and Hungry.
That's so funny of all the names you were about to say. And that's who I was thinking of that I couldn't think about.
You know what?
TOC.
All the talking, I'm glad it got us here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad because that was going to bother me too. I was like, what is this guy's name?
If we've done anything today, it's remember Michael Voltaggio's name.
Yeah, exactly. No, and you know what? For Sex Lives too, I just think as much as they tried to make the most of it, losing Renee Rapp was tough.
Right. And
she really, it's all those girls are fantastic, but you're losing the main dynamic of the friendship.
Right, and that is so early on in the show is going to throw a wrench in it.
Definitely.
When you get attached and then so early on it's taken away.
Yep.
Early enough, but also late enough.
Yeah.
It was like kind of that sweet spot of like you don't want to fuck it up right now and shake up the cast.
Yep.
And that's what happened.
Yep.
So I do hope they find another home. And
they did it before. That happened to the Mindy Project way back when.
I love the Mindy Project.
Yeah. I forget. I think it was maybe like originally on Fox. And then it went to Hulu, something like that. And it was, they were able to keep it going for a few more seasons. So
maybe they'll find a new home.
Yeah.
Rooting for them.
Yep.
And maybe we'll watch so that we're not part of the problem. Womp womp. Okay, that wraps up the topics. We're about to get into the Pop Corner segment presented by Truly. Like I just mentioned, Truly is the official hard seltzer of Chicks in the Office. It's 5% alcohol, and they have amazing flavors. My favorite is the Mountain Paradise. They also have Wild Berry. They have Arctic Berry. They have Rainforest Retreat. And they also have Tropic Like It's Hot. So whatever you're into, whatever flavor you like, Truly has you covered. And these are only available for a limited time. These 4 exotic flavors, like I mentioned, the Arctic Berry, the Mountain Paradise, the Rainforest Forest, and the Tropic Like It's Hot, only available for a limited time, and so you can get it while you can. It's only 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, and 5% alcohol. The official hard seltzer of Chicks in the Office. We're going to be drinking it all spring and summer long. Maybe some fun things coming up with Truly that will be announced, so we'll get to that later on. But you can find the Truly Getaway Pack, and each sip is your ticket to an exotic escape to take a trip with Truly this spring. Like I said, the Truly Getaway Pack could be your ticket to take a trip with Truly this spring. So find the Getaway Pack at a store near you or visit www.trulyhardseltzer.com. All right, let's get into the Pop Corner. We'll take your voicemails. What do you guys want to talk about? We'll find out. This segment is sponsored by Truly. Truly Hard Seltzer, the official hard seltzer of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much, Truly. If you want to call in and talk to us, leave your pop culture takes, your questions about life, whatever it is, the number is 914-297-7089. Once again, the number is 914-297-7089. Call in and we'll take your voicemails. Hopefully we'll hear from you next week. Let's get into it.
Hi, Bree and Fran. This is Maddie from Cincinnati, Ohio. I have kind of a girl-to-girl question. So I wear the same perfume every day, and I am very particular about my perfumes and my smells. Like Rhea, I found my signature scent is something that I'm really proud of. And I was visiting my in-laws recently, and my mother-in-law kept asking me what the perfume was, and I told her, you know, it's kind of my signature scent. It was something that I had personally made. And I found her going through my stuff and putting the perfume on. Now, is this, you know, I don't have sisters, so is this something that maybe girls just do and I'm not aware of? Or is this weird? Let me know what you guys think. I don't know what to do. Love ya. Bye.
Okay, first of all, love you so much, but no, that is so weird. First of all, if I like someone's perfume, I ask them what perfume it is. And there's been occasions where, like, I've been with friends or Fran where, oh my God, I forgot to put perfume on. Do you have perfume? Can I spritz a little? Normal. You ask them, they give it to you, then you spray. You do not go through somebody's bag to find their perfume and spray it on you, especially your mother-in-law. That is bizarre behavior. That is a boundary being crossed, and that seems like a problem.
It's a horror movie waiting to start.
No, seriously, I saw the book into movie film being made in my head. Yeah. Like I was reading a chapter and thought this would be a great movie because wow, that's weird. What other things is she getting into your life?
I mean,
is my question.
Yeah, and you married her. You married her son, so you know she wants to smell like you now.
Which I mean, listen, if she likes the smell of your perfume and is like, hey, what's this? What perfume is it? And it's not something you created or whatever, and you're like, oh, tell her it's it's Flower Bomb.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she's like, oh, maybe I'll try it. That's
normal.
That's girl to girl normal convo. Oh my God, I love your perfume. What is it? Maybe I'll try it. Whatever. Her going as far as to go into your bag and find it and put it on is fucking weirdo behavior.
And I will say though, like perfume can be a very touchy subject for girls. Mm-hmm. Like there are people that are very willing to share their perfumes, and there are some people who won't. And it's like if there are girls out there that like if you're like, oh my God, I love your scent, they're like, thanks.
Yeah, and they don't
like
say it.
And they won't tell you, and they'll never tell anybody because they don't want anybody else smelling like them.
Yeah,
like there's like a weird, or it's like there's so many people in the world that wear the same perfume is like not a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like I was telling you about a perfume the other day, and you were like coming from Long Island. You're like, oh, my mom had it, so I sprayed it. And I'm like, it's okay if you want to smell. Like we can smell the same today.
Yeah,
like,
well, right, because you were wearing, and I was like, oh my gosh, my mom has the perfume. I just sprayed it on me. Now we're gonna smell the same. And she's like, that's fine.
But it's
you
like
have to,
people think like there is a funny girl thing where it's like perfume gets gatekeeped, or if somebody comes in and they start using your perfume, you're like, you stole my perfume.
I know, it's a whole thing. Which even though I've talked a bunch about like having a signature scent and wanting to smell good, I will share my perfume, what I'm wearing, with anybody. I also change my scent every couple months.
Yeah.
I like to try different seasons for different scents. Like I was wearing the Kayali, the cherry and the vanilla for a while.
Yeah.
But now we're heading into spring, so I'm looking for something a little bit more floral. Maybe I'll go back to another one. Like I mentioned Flower Bomb. I like Flower Bomb. You know, I just tried Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'll share my scents with anybody. I don't give a shit. But there are people who are weird about it and don't want to share. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah.
This woman went through your bag.
Yeah.
This woman went through your bag and put it on.
I'm so curious
that's a whole
because-
other ball game we're talking about here.
I'm so curious because she also didn't tell us what perfume it is.
Right. She doesn't want us to know what perfume it is.
So she doesn't want it. Like, she's like, it's my scent that I've worked on. But there's another thing is like, did you actually make this
Did you
yourself?
concoct the
like,
scent?
is this a customized scent where you couldn't say to your mother-in-law, like, oh, it's this brand. Like, it's like, oh, it's something that I made. And then your mother-in-law was so curious. She was like, I gotta go try it. I gotta go try it on for myself. Like,
so true. Right.
like, there's no name for it now. I gotta try it even more.
Yeah, right. It's like, what is this mystery perfume?
Yeah. By the way, what I was wearing the other day was Prada Paradox. I realized I just did the same thing.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, I was wearing a perfume, and then you had it on.
Right, and it smells really good.
Yeah.
And my mom has it.
I think it smells fantastic. I wear it every day.
It's a delicious smell.
Yeah.
It really is a good smell.
But it is funny. Perfume can be very sensitive, and that is a funny thing to happen. And I also think though, like, I love my mother-in-law so much, but if my mother-in-law started wearing the same perfume as me, I'd switch my perfume.
Yeah, I'd be like, we can't be
smelling the same.
We can't be wearing the same perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, perfume's a very intimate thing, I think, sometimes. You know?
It brings a smell in.
Yeah.
It has memories.
Yeah.
There's lots of things drawn to it. That is why I love perfume. There's a new one, now that we're on the topic of perfume, there is a new one I want to try. And I'm not gatekeeping, I'm just forgetting the name. I wrote it down, though, actually in my notes, because I wanted to try it. Let's see. Shit.
You put it in your notes?
I thought I put it in my notes.
Well, I will just say to wrap up this voicemail is if I do have a follow-up of like, is this a brand, like is this perfume something that your mother-in-law can just go buy now that she's tried it? Or is it something that you really have made and she would have to steal it from you?
She said she
we
made
need
it.
answers.
No, I know. I heard her say she made it.
But she said she made her signature scent. Like,
sometimes
that's when
people
I say,
mix perfumes together.
Yeah, like
that's your scent.
There's one company I like, Dead Cool, where I've mixed their scents together to create a scent that I really like. Extra Milk and Taunt were the two names of that. I like that. So yeah, you could be like, oh, I made my signature scent by combining all these perfumes. Yeah. Or you could have like literally went and made a perfume.
Yep.
Lots of questions to be asked.
Yeah.
And I think you start with your mother-in-law.
Either way, that is not a normal move from her, I would say. From the
Would you
mother-in-law.
confront her about it?
No.
If you're her?
No.
Well, if I
just let it go.
If I walked in on her doing it, I'd be like, oh, I'd make a joke. Like, oh, you really took it upon yourself, huh?
Right. That's true.
Like,
you can't just,
I wouldn't just walk out of the room. I would be like, oh, you really, really wanted to know, huh? That's exactly how I would say it.
Right, because then you are catching her red-handed.
Yeah, and you know what? I just got to hope that my mother-in-law wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I don't think she would.
That's so funny.
Hey guys, this is Maeve. I'm a huge fan. Haven't missed an episode since 2018.
Wow,
Yay.
thank you, Maeve.
I've got a weird hot take. Maybe it's weird. I don't know. My hot take is that Bobby Flay is the worst.
I don't think that's a hot take
I
at all.
say
It's a hot
this
take.
Yeah.
because my personal opinion, his career is built on literally destroying the hopes and dreams of chefs. So, like, I'm a pastry chef, so I'm in this industry. I've worked with so many chefs that are like, oh my God,
Boy,
like,
do I have an
this
episode
recipe,
for you.
I can, like, send my children to college with this recipe. I can retire on this recipe. They have the recipe tattooed on them. They love this. And then there's Bobby Flay. And Bobby Flay's out here just like, oh yeah, you think your recipe's good? Let me make it better than you and feed it to my friends and have them say that my recipe is better
it's
than
a blind
yours
taste test
on national television. I don't know. I just, you're not going to see me on this show. It is funny to watch chefs get humbled, but I just think that, Bobby Flay's a little questionable for just being out here ruining the hopes and dreams of those in his industry. Anyways, happy St. Patty's Day. Bye.
Happy St. Patty's.
Maeve, all around a hilarious
Happy St.
voicemail.
Patty's Day.
I don't think it's like Bobby Flay is, I do feel like widely considered a villain in the cooking world.
Bobby Flay is a villain, not only in the cookie world, but in the world of Entourage.
Yeah.
So he is a villain.
Yeah. And look, some
Steal
people.
your recipe and your wife.
But guess what? Some people, some people do beat Bobby Flay.
Yes.
And it is the name of the game.
And they do sign up to play the game.
Yeah.
And it's also signing up for exposure as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm not following completely, but you're a pastry chef and I'm not. So
completely.
You're going to have a different opinion than I am
sure.
as a viewer, who I'm like, damn, these chefs are going up against each other. I mean, it's like any cooking competition show where other chefs are going up against each other and some are winning or some are losing. Bobby Flay also didn't get his notoriety from Beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
He became Bobby Flay and then was able to create Beat Bobby Flay because he is Bobby Flay.
Yep.
So that's not really what he made his career off of.
Does he come off like smug on the show?
Yes.
Oh, he does.
Yes. A bit. Yes, a bit
For
smug.
sure. I mean, he's not like an extremely likable guy on TV.
No,
like,
I don't think people are like, I love Bobby Flay. I mean, there's some people. I mean, I love Beat Bobby Flay, the show.
Yeah, I love watching the show as well. But like, that's what makes the show good, is because he is like kind of smug, and like people come in and they're like, I'm gonna beat you with my family's 100-year-old ravioli recipe, and he's like, yeah, okay, let me see you try.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yeah, you want to be my raviolis? Let's see.
I gotta be honest, though.
He's cocky. You got to be cocky.
He's cocky, and sometimes I do root for him. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, fucking Bobby, show them.
Yeah,
Show them what you got. Fucking throw it all out there, Bobby.
Yeah.
But I do think he is maybe considered a little bit of a villain.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that part of what Maeve is saying for sure. But and yes, I'm sure it's got to be very tough. That's a whole different. It's a whole different level participating in a show like that, of course, as a chef, or that's your career, and this is a massive career milestone for you to appear on that show, and then Bobby Flay just like stomps all over you.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just,
like, womp womp, dreams crushed.
Yeah.
It's the second womp womp. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were that. Yeah.
Anyways, happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhea, Fran, and Noah. Love you guys. You guys brighten my work week 3 days a week, and I love you for that.
Love you
my
too.
name's Maria. I'm running Pennsylvania. I don't know if you need that much information, but there it is. And I've just been thinking that our Bravo shows, they need to be taped live. We're in the streaming era. It's just so old school now to have these shows filmed a year ago, where they're not even able to break the fourth wall. We're not getting authentic storylines. We're just getting forced friendships, and it's just bad. We need to have these shows taped live so they can be authentic and real. What do you guys think? Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, we've been saying it for a long time, and
I agree.
She's so right. It's not even, it could be 2 months. It's not, just as long as it's not 6 to 8, like where it's really so much time has passed, and it's like a full year has gone by the time the show has aired, and you get to the end of the season and the reunions filmed, and it's like all this time has passed. I do kind of think is doing a good job of it, even though of course it is filmed way farther in advance too. But we haven't really talked about Southern Hospitality at all. And
which I have to catch up on.
Oh my God, you have to finish this season. I finished it all.
Yeah, I have to catch up because I was loving it, and then I completely forgot after the weekend ended. I was like, oh, I never caught up.
You absolutely have to finish it, because even like the reunion was wild, and I just feel like they talk a little bit more about making a show, kind of, if that makes sense, and sort of like being on TV and what that means and all these things. So there does have to be some sort of acknowledgement of that. And some of the older shows don't really do that. And it has fallen a little stale. And when that much time passes, so much has changed. Relationships have changed. People are doing different things. And if they had a quicker turnaround, they'd be able to, like the networks would be able to capitalize on so much more. Like it honestly probably would not be good for the people that are actually on reality TV, but like for the networks, if they're turning shows around that quickly, they can go film these crazy moments or something. They know, they hear rumblings of something happen, they bring the cameras up, they capture it, and it's out right away.
Yeah, that would really, I think, rope people in a bit more, because sometimes by the time it airs, things are a little stale. So fully agree.
Fully
agree.
Yep.
All right, let's do one more.
This doesn't count as one, but I just wanted to play this for you. It's not like a question.
All right, let's hear it.
Hey, Rhian Fran, this is Nicole. I am calling because I just got done watching the movie Grind, thanks to Rhea's recommendation.
Sweet.
And my God, was this the weirdest, worst movie I have ever seen in my life. It was all over the place. I only watched it because Mr. Seth Cohen himself is in it, and Rhea recommended it, and my goodness, I don't know what the hell I just got done watching. So thanks for the recommendation, I guess.
Sweet
Bye.
Lou. Yeah, I mean, listen, Grind is one of those movies that I loved when I was younger. Do I know if it holds up? I have no idea. I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah, I'm going to maybe go out on a limb and say it doesn't.
I'm sure it probably doesn't hold up, because from that call, it seems like it doesn't. But you know, sometimes you love movies as a kid and then you watch them back and go, yeah, that wasn't a good movie.
Yep, for sure.
So maybe Grind is one of them.
Okay, so you know when you Google a movie now and it has like, sometimes it right under the IMDb score at Rotten Tomatoes, and then this, like the third one, sometimes it changes, sometimes it's something else, but this one says 1 out of 5 from the Common Sense Media, which is movie and TV reviews for parents. Common Sense Media Review by some guy named Neil. It says age 14 plus, check, and then it has 1 star, and underneath it says pretty much a complete waste of time.
Yeah, thinking back, like when I first brought it up and said it was a great movie, that was probably just me jumping to conclusion about how I felt when I watched it as a kid. You know, it's not a strong recommendation I'm throwing out there for people to watch.
Damn. Yeah, that's fair.
Especially
that's
after
fair.
that call.
Yeah.
Do not watch Grind. You'll be wasting your time.
Yeah. Has anyone been getting this new scam?
Oh, yeah.
Of an Easy Pass?
Easy Pass every day.
I don't even have a car.
Yep.
I don't have a car. And by the way, the way they're sending it is so funny. This one this time has heart letter emojis next to Easy Pass. You know the emoji with the envelope and the hearts on the middle?
Yeah.
Easy Pass.
Easy Pass here. Yeah.
Easy Pass.
No, Easy Pass is not going to send you hearts. They don't give a shit.
Please complete your payment here with a unclickable link and the handshake emoji. Yeah, won't be clicking on that.
No.
Yeah. I report these as junk every day.
I think I block and I report.
I get like 3 a week now, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, that wraps it up.
Yeah, that wraps up the Popcorner. Yep. No question for that one. Just do not watch Grind.
Yes. Do not watch Grind.
Don't waste your damn time.
A complete waste of time, that guy said.
For sure. It was a girl.
No, I've said the review that I read. It was a complete waste of time. But I think for Nicole, it was also a giant waste of time.
Giant waste of time. All right, that wraps up the Popcorner.
This interview is brought to you by Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. Armani Beauty is renowned for award-winning products that are a must-have in your makeup routine. Armani Beauty believes in enhancing your natural beauty, giving you that lit from within glow. It's developed with the same award-winning technology as the iconic Luminous Silk Foundation. This complexion holy grail is beloved by celebs like Sydney Sweeney and Sadie Sink. The Luminous Silk Concealer is a multi-purpose, lightweight, hydrating, blurring, all-day wear concealer that conceals, smooths, and brightens skin. It provides weightless, medium, buildable coverage, delivering a flawless, luminous finish that feels like your skin. Its formula lives up to the hype with ingredients like glycerin, caffeine, vitamin E to hydrate, decrease under-eye puffiness, and awaken skin appearance while reducing the look of dark circles and fine lines. With 21 shades, the Luminous Silk Concealer's diverse range ensures you'll find the perfect match for your complexion, whether you're looking to conceal, highlight, or contour. I have a bunch of different shades of the Luminous Silk Concealer, whether I'm trying to brighten my eye, maybe conceal some blemishes, highlight parts of the face. Under my eyes, I love to use 5.25. I think it brightens. It's beautiful. Fits my complexion perfectly. You can shop your perfect shade now at Sephora. That easy, guys. Get your Luminous Silk, Armani Luminous Silk Concealer Shop your perfect shade now at Sephora. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely and gorgeous Ekin-Su. You guys know her from Love Island and Traitors and following her life online. Welcome, Ekin.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you here. We're massive
big
fans.
fans.
We love you.
Oh, I love you guys.
And I love, like, isn't it just the coolest thing that you kind of get to go by one name? Like, I feel like you're like Cher. Like, you're
Right.
I mean, Ekin-Su.
Ekin-Su.
Like, it's just,
Ekin who? No, I'm kidding. No, it's good.
I love it's everyone knows it right off the bat. Welcome to New York. Happy to have you here.
Thank you. I
Which
love
is so
New York.
exciting. What's your favorite thing about New York?
I love the people. Call me crazy. I think I just love the atmosphere. It's a town that doesn't sleep.
Yep.
I love the sort of hustle and bustle of it. It's just so like,
Yeah.
there's always like someone arguing on the street. I mean, I love drama, so I don't mind getting me involved.
Right. you're throwing yourself in it.
I'll be
and you said
watching.
call you crazy, but you're looking at two girls from New York, so we're
Yeah,
not
there
going crazy if
you
you say you
go.
love the people
Exactly.
here.
I was just going to
We're
say, I said
biased.
it
We like
earlier.
the people too.
We are the Brunette Club.
Yes.
Hyping up the brunette girls there. So
Oh yeah. Sorry,
I love the
Sarah.
brunettes. I used
Yeah.
to, I used to be blonde, used to dye my hair, but now I'm going more.
This is really nice, actually.
thank
You're
you.
making me want to go have some highlights in.
Thank you. It's good, right?
I
Okay,
love
I'm
it.
trying to figure out, the
No,
right.
she's getting married
So I'm-
in a month.
so I'm
she's
trying to
like,
figure out the right color.
This is
Yeah.
the one. It's
Yeah.
like blonde, brunette.
Yeah.
It's giving.
Ekin-Su, you're speaking to me right now, and I'm gonna keep it. Thanks to you. And I'll tell everyone you inspired my wedding hair. So thank you.
Well, you inspired me as well. So
I love it. How busy have you been since the Love Island All-Star season is ended? I feel like you've been traveling all over the place.
Let's just say I am jet lagged. I am hungry. I don't know where I am, what time it is, but it's good. So
Yeah.
I'm loving it. And I like being busy. So like you have to worry when you're not busy. That's when I wish I could socialize like the other islanders are right now. They're all out partying. I don't even have time to see my family. Like
Yeah, I'm booked and
I'm
busy.
I'm booked and busy, but yeah.
Yeah,
You were just in Texas,
Yes.
which is always an experience. Did
It
you love
is.
it? Hate it?
I mean, I loved it because it was just, I love the accent. You
Okay.
know, the southern Texas
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
I loved the sort of everyone's just in like chill outfits. Everyone's in like ripped jeans, cowboy hats. And I love that. Although I was there for a conference chat, but like, I wish I kind of went to like Dallas and, really did it the right way.
Yeah, maybe get some barbecue.
I drank this beer. It was this big. I was like, this is felt a bit sick after 4 sips.
Just
but-
say welcome to the city. That's
Right.
a tall boy, we like to call
Yes,
it.
exactly. And you were just saying before we started talking on here that you sort of like the US better than the UK sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I can be myself in the US more. I feel like I'm accepted here more. Like I'm very expressive and over the top. And in the UK, people think I'm acting all the time. It's like people might think I'm expressive too much, but Americans are like that naturally.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen some crazy stuff happen on reality TV on the US, and I'm like, if that happened in the UK, people would cancel you out.
Hey, we love you here.
That is true, we do, we
Spend
do.
all the time you want.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I'll be coming round to have some tea and scones with you soon, then, ladies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although we do want you in the UK as well, so you're always welcome.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, maybe we can have tea and scones there. Because
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure
We
it would
c-
fit
Yeah, I don't know
there.
where we even go for tea and scones
Ritz.
here.
Right.
Ritz
the
in
Ritz.
Oh,
London.
the Ritz is, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Here,
the
I'm not
Plaza.
sure.
Yeah.
But
Those
Yeah.
types of places.
Yeah.
But it would be better in
Yeah.
the UK.
let's do it.
Yeah, it would be way better.
Definitely, definitely. So, I mean, we're so excited to sit down and talk to you just about your journey and everything that you have been through on TV and now in your life, and it's just been so fun to watch that. But I think a lot of people see, like you said, Ekin-Su on reality TV, and it's great to get to know like behind the scenes Ekin-Su. So I want to go back to the beginning where young Ekin was getting that acting bug. What was she like?
Crazy. Yeah. All I can tell you is my friends were worried. I was when I was young, they would hear me talking to myself in another room, and they were like, "Is she talking to a ghost or what?" I was actually imagining there was a character in front of me and just making up a scene from the age of like 10, 11, 12, and I was just always a very different person, a child when I was young. You know, mum and dad always knew I was performative, but I just loved sort of acting. I loved theatre. I loved watching rom-coms. I loved my favourite film was 13 Going on 30. I manifested that film. And I feel like I'm kind of living it now. I'm 30, but I just love it. You know, I've always been very theatrical, like even like at home, like even if the cameras aren't on me, I'm just like that all the time. And only friends, close friends know me, know that I'm like that. So when you don't know me, you're like, oh my God, this girl is wild on TV. Like, is she a producer plump? You know, like people say these things. And I'm like, no, that's me all the time. Like, I'm cuckoo. Yeah. You know. But yeah.
No, I feel like, and we've talked about this watching the shows, like I feel like we get the real Ekin-Su. Like I think that we just get who you are rather than...
I'm a bit quirky, I would say. But if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then you'll get there one day. But
yeah. And you're like, I feel sorry for you that you don't get it.
Yeah, it's a nice world where I live in. And whoever wants to come and join me can, but they need a ticket for that first.
No, it's true. And I think once you do a few shows also, it's like you get comfortable and more yourself. Yeah. So I felt like watching you on All Stars, I was like, this feels like her. Like we saw more of those quirky moments. We saw some of those laughs like of you being yourself. But you know, that those like soap opera days for you, what was that like?
Oh my God. It was a bit like, obviously like I did Turkish like soap operas, and you know, it's very over the top. Yeah. Like there'll be a scene where the man declares his love for the woman, and it'll be like 3 hours of pausing for the intense music. So like learning sort of dramatic soap like acting was a bit weird for me at first, but then you get used to it. It was like you'd be sent like a script, and tomorrow you have to film 6 scenes, you have to learn your lines, you have to learn their lines, and then it's like, right, we've got to get close-ups, we've got to get you know, far distance shots, we've got to do it 6 times again. It was scary because it was like we had like really good actors that I was in. And these are like professionals, like the main characters. And I'd be so worried because if I'd F up, then, you know, I'm ruining his sort of time as well. So I've always kind of been disciplined. And I know that, you know, I know what makes a sort of good production. I have respect for sort of the camera crew and the producers and stuff. I know like switching from acting to reality TV is so different. It is so different. Like, you know, I kind of miss the element of becoming a different person, but with reality, it is so raw. Yeah. People always say, is it scripted? Is it manipulated? Darling, if I'm running a TV show and, you know, it's an entertainment show and you're sitting on a beanbag for 24 hours on a holiday, I will go up to you and whisper to your ear and say, get a grip and talk to people. You're not on a holiday. Right. This is Love Island. There's an element where you do need to still understand the format of the show. Like you're there to find love, and, you know, it's okay to express sort of drama and your feelings. And you remember, audience like to go through a ride. You know, they like to have a journey. So like the audience, as far as I can see, they want to feel realness with you. Yeah. That if they see that they can't connect to you, then they'll switch off. And is she actually really crying? Is she actually really sad? The moment you sort of understand that person's faking it, they can sort of switch off from you. And I've had that. People thought I had crocodile tears. Guys, I was on Shark Week, which means...
Yes. Yep.
And obviously the emotions were amplified, and I was very like in my feels, and they were real tears. And look back and think some of the scenes were pretty embarrassing.
It happens.
Where I said, "Help me," and I'm like, it was longer than that. It was just cut off so short.
No, those are some of my absolute favorite moments. Help me.
No, that was so
I swear
good.
It was longer than that. I think the way the producers cut that made me look like I just said, "Help me," and
That is so funny. And you talk about, you know, having experience with scripted television versus reality TV. And then, you know, you're going to have comments from people who go, well, you know, she's an actress. She wants to be on TV, but you also want to find love. Yeah. What was your reaction to going on Love Island at first and sort of differentiating the two of, okay, I do love performing, but this is about finding love?
So I'm a very realist. I'm going to be very honest with you, right? I do like being on TV. I'm going to own it.
I love that answer.
I do. I love being on TV. I love being, you know, myself on TV. I also like acting. So like, I know it's a TV show. I've signed up for it. And I also know everyone on the show is there for clout. I don't care what anyone says. They always say, oh, I'm there for love. Well, darling, it's all stars. Yeah. We've done it before. Whether you're on there for 3 times, 4 times, second time, we're here. Yeah. I'm just real, okay? I will say it. I knew what the show would bring. But I knew that if I found someone else, it's a bonus. my only worry was taking a risk going back as a winner. Does that sort of cancel the sort of the iconic thing of Ekin-Su being Love Island winner from 2022?
Yeah.
Sod it. If it does, it does. I thought it's not the end of the world. If anything goes wrong, it goes wrong. I think for me, after a show called Big Brother it was like, do I do a reality show again? But I was like, what's the worst that can happen? I've experienced hate, I've experienced trolls, so what? Not everyone's gonna like me. I don't care.
And everybody was so excited for you to go back, by the way, too. Like, it was like when you were announced to be going back, it legitimized the season again. Like, people were like, oh, if Ekin's going back, this is legit. Like, it's
sure.
It's a big name to get.
For sure.
That's why people thought I was a producer's what's it called, plant?
Yeah. They were like, the
guys,
producers told her to go in and shake things up.
Yeah.
No, babe. Like, that is not true. Like, just put the rumors to bed.
I'm naturally going in
I
and
will
shaking
take
things
that as
up.
a compliment, though. That is the biggest compliment people could say to me. So thank you, audience.
Yeah.
Right. You're entertaining. That's what it is.
Yes.
That's all it is. When you are called a producer plant, that means you know that you're entertaining.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I noticed about myself is like, I would like, I'm quite opinionated, but I feel like sometimes I realize I can't be arsed having arguments. So I was like, when I was in there, I was like, I'm 30 now. Like, some of these conversations that I was in, I was like, I was a bit kind of bored of. I was like, I don't need to be like arguing about things. So I kind of just like moved myself away from certain situations. Right. But where it was necessary, I would say something.
Yeah.
When you were feeling a little bit bored of it, is that kind of when you would be like, let me throw something in here just because I'm feeling bored too?
No, not really. I think for me, I am sort of, I do say what people can't say. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care. Like, if there's 6 people in the room thinking the same thing, but that one person, as in me, will say what those people are saying, I'll get the shit for it.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Right. And everyone will be like,
Ekin, how could you? And I'd be like, babe, I know you're thinking the same thing as me, but you ain't admitting it because...
there has to be somebody like that. You know, there has to be. What's Ekin-Su's brain like at night, when you're going to sleep? Because you said it's fun in there. You have a good time. You're not on your phone.
So funny.
What are you thinking about before bed?
Firstly, I need a kiss. No, aside from that, no, I'm just thinking to myself, like, firstly, it's been a long day. Tomorrow's going to be intense. I'm tired. I need Curtis to hug me. That's also what I'm thinking. And then I'm also thinking to myself, like, what? I can't believe I'm here sometimes. When I close my eyes, I'm like, thinking about the fact that I'm here. It feels like a dream. So like I dream about the island sometimes when I'm in there of everyone in. All of a sudden they're becoming in my dreams. I've never seen these people in my life, and every day either Luca's in it or Grace is in it or Gabby's in it, and I'm like literally living the moment with them. And then it's cool, but sometimes a bit overwhelming.
I think you and Curtis are like a perfect match. I know it seemed at the beginning, I think a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know if I would have put them together, but by the end it was like, no, like you're both performers. You both have like good hearts. Like, how did you guys initially connect? Like, had you met Curtis before?
Never.
No.
So my family said the same as everyone. So they were confused. They were like, does she like this guy? Because at the start they were like, didn't know whether, does Ekin have feelings and all this stuff? And I swear to God, when you first see someone, you have that initial sort of like... So I was in a room like this, and it was obviously the secret garden that we met. And we had Scott, Curtis and Ronnie, and I was just sitting there. And I just looked at all 3 of them. And when you just look at someone and you instantly feel something, but you don't know what it is, but you don't like dwell on it. You kind of just move on from it. I felt that from Curtis, but I didn't feel that from like Scott or Ronnie or any of the other people. So I kind of thought there was something there. I don't know what it is. He's not usually my type, but let me get to know him. And also I feel like with Curtis, the moment I knew I really had something for him, thank you, Danielle, for doing this. It was when she came in, because you always know what you have until sometimes when it's gone, it's like, shit, like, I'm feeling jealous. Why am I feeling jealous for? Like, because I like him.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Like, why am I crying over someone? And then that's when I realised, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I have competition.
Yeah. No, I think that, like Fran said, initially people were like, ooh, I honestly had
It's normal.
I
won't take offense.
I had the opposite reaction, though. I remember being like, I get it. Like, and I'm not trying to, but I really did. I was like, I see these two, both a little dramatic, performing.
I think, like, with me, I know what I want.
Yeah.
But I think Curtis said this too. I'm a woman that knows what she wants, but there's also an element of me being a bit scared because of my past relationship. I have been hurt.
Yeah.
So there is an element of kind of like taking a step back a little bit. I'm like, I'm not fully giving my all, but then I'm a bit more sort of defensive with them.
Yeah.
Because I have been hurt. So there was a moment where I did overthink things with pretty much all the guys. I'm like, well, I need to see if this person's this person. And but with Curtis, he never really did that to me until Danielle walked in. I was like,
I loved at the end in the finale, like Maya was asking you guys, what could be next, and you were talking about the West End, this, that, the other. I was like, oh my God, that would be so perfect for you guys to be like in productions at the same time. Like, how do we make that happen? What show would you want to be in?
I would love to be in something ridiculous. I don't know. Nothing like just a new show. Call it the Kelce, I don't know. Something wild where you sing, dance, you give out candy to the audience.
Yeah.
And the theatre starts raining.
Right.
Like
it's like a whole
5D,
a real interactive experience.
A 4D, 5D.
Yeah, like that can 4D experience.
Actually,
circus.
Me and him are going to see Gatsby tonight.
Oh, amazing.
At the Broadway show.
Yes.
So
Wow.
we're very excited.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you came out for the talent show and, you had your piano and people seemed to be shocked by your talent?
No. Well, this is why you should never judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen. You should read it. No, it was nice because I think people always think I'm strong and I'm this person and I'm Ekin-Su and I have everything going for me. But actually, I have a very vulnerable, emotional side where, I'm just like everyone else. I'm very, very romantic and I am quite over the top.
But
with
you
that.
look, you can bring it too. That was a heart rate challenge that this world has ever seen.
Wow, you lot see that? That was PG. Like it was actually worse. Like people would see you could see everything in my outfit. Like, the producers were
did you watch it back and you're like, oh, they cut some things?
Yeah, but babe, did you notice I went last in every single challenge? Yeah. I think they just like to hype me up at the end.
Yeah,
right.
I went all in.
Yeah, and there she is. What song actually played when you're there?
Oh, exactly the same.
Okay.
Exactly
I've
the
always
same.
wondred that because I'm
No, don't worry, ladies. I'll be honest. It was exactly the same.
Okay, good. Because then I'm like, sometimes, with production, you're like, is this silent? You're like, are they actually playing music or is this all done silently?
It's so funny. No, some scenes like the Vibe Club we had to do a few takes of us dancing. They'd play the song twice and then it'd be silence and then you'd have to fake dance. That was a bit weird, but
right. You see that sort of with like movies and TV when you see the behind the scenes.
That's like acting for me.
Right.
Yeah,
and you
like,
see the dancing and you're like, oh my God, there's no music playing.
And I tell you what, if you can do Love Island All Stars, anyone could be an actor, I think, because the amount of times they make you walk up and down and do like different shots.
Right.
That for me is acting. Like,
And to be clear for the audience, that has nothing to do with the actual show. That's just the in-betweens. That's just to get
like
the shots.
Yeah, they have to make sure they have the right shot. Yeah, lining up at the fire
Come on,
pit.
guys,
the right
do it
time,
again.
and yeah. Totally.
Right, your turn to talk now. Cue. That's all a bit.
Yeah, there has to be some rules.
Of course.
And regulations.
Yeah.
Of course.
You sign up for something, forget about it after that trial period ends, and then you're charged month after month after month. I have been in this position far too much. Many a times I forget. I see I signed up for something and months later I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about that. It was supposed to be a 2-week trial and I've been paying for it for months. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. So it's that easy. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/chicks today. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks. rocketmoney.com/chicks. We loved watching you on the Traitors last season as well. Those are my favorite.
Yes.
The Traitors here, it's soap. Everyone loves it. This last season, everybody loved as well. And your season, people really, that was when I really got into it too and fell in love with it. What was that experience like on that show?
It was the best show I did. I'm annoyed that I drank the chalice. I think that's a very Ekin moment there where I didn't really, I thought she was my friend. I thought she loved me, happens in every reality show, seems to be repeating itself. And, you're naive and then you trust them. But yeah, I did that and then I died. But apart from that, it was a wonderful experience. I made friends with Pilot Pete. I've actually seen him tonight as well, hopefully.
Yeah, everybody was wondering about that because for a little bit, there were some rumors about you and Pilot Pete.
Yeah, you were hanging out with his mom.
People thought that you guys might have been dating or,
No, we've always been very good friends. His mum adores me. I adore his mum. And there's always that element, there is a what if, His mum always says we'd be a good couple, but... Well, there's
Barb,
always,
and let
of
me
course
tell you,
Barb's pushing that on.
Barb makes a decision.
Yeah.
So,
if we know anything about Pilot Pete's
LA
past,
mom,
she's telling Pete who would be good for him and not good for him. So you got the Barb stamp of approval, but we're focused on Curtis right now.
Yeah. We've got to impress Curtis.
So is Pilot Pete gonna be with you and Curtis?
Yeah. So we had a FaceTime yesterday, me and Pilot Pete, and I call him Pilot Pete too. And,
you have to.
We have to. And Curtis was
what
in
are we
the
gonna call him,
background.
Peter?
And they were like, it's quite cute. They both said hi and nice to meet you and stuff. And it was quite nice for Pete to kind of be happy for me. And he was like, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. And I was like, and he was like, because his brother's sister just had a baby. So he's feeling quite like broody, wants a kid. And I was like, well, you need to find a woman first.
I mean, listen.
It's quite cute.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude. I don't know if this is rude, but I feel like Pilot Pete's still holding on to something here. You know what I mean? He's like, Ekin-Su.
I think probably a lot of his past relationships.
He's like, what could have been Ekin-Su?
Did you not find that is how life is sometimes?
Yeah.
Like the wrong person, right time, right person, wrong time. Like,
and it's also like, well, that's that.
Like the butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, that didn't work out. Now here I am, and we're gonna continue what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe Pilot Pete will find his woman.
I hope he does.
Yeah,
I hope he does.
Absolutely. I think so.
Maybe we could set him up with somebody.
So now
I'm thinking.
Yeah, right.
Anyone single?
I know. Maybe there was a lot of girls that left All Stars that were single. Maybe
Yeah. I need a nice girl for him.
Yeah,
we don't want. Yeah, we want a nice girl.
So maybe not some of them.
Maybe someone who's. I think he needs someone that's probably more family orientated. Doesn't care about Instagram too much.
Yeah.
Because he likes that sort of private life.
Well, really, all it really matters is if she gets along with Barb. If she doesn't, she's out.
That's it, babe.
She should meet Barb first before Pete.
Yeah.
That's really what it has to come down to.
Honestly, I actually do think that would be a great premise for a date. Like, make him the Bachelor again, but they all have to date Barb first.
Right. It's like Vinny from the Jersey Shore when he did the show with his mom.
True.
It's like this
same kind of
same
thing.
kind
I
of
fucking
situation.
love the Bachelor, by the way. And the
Really?
Bachelorette. Brilliant. In the US, it kicks off.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good concept.
It
also,
is.
Love is Blind is very good as well.
Love is Blind is crazy.
Yeah, it depends on
good
the
show.
season for both things, though.
Yeah.
You either have, did you ever watch Pilot Pete's season?
I did. Hannah, what's her name?
Yeah, Hannah Ann.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bring her home.
Yeah. See, you either have seasons like that or you have seasons that are kind of like, meh, meh,
A bit like Love Island.
Yeah.
You have
never
some
know.
that are iconic and some that are
Exactly.
they're not always going to be, but
So now when you're working so hard, you have a great online following, people love you. Where do you, is it tough for you on what you share and not share? Do you try and keep some things private?
I think we got to be a bit sensitive on Instagram because there's all sorts of people watching. You've got our audience comes from, young teenagers, and I always try and set, I've made mistakes in the past, but I always try and set good example to people watching. So I do tend to be more careful, but I try and be as much as I can myself because I don't want to be something I'm not. I want still people to click with me and see that I'm being authentic. But, you know, you can't just go on Instagram stories and put your middle finger up and start swearing, you know. There's some people who do that I don't agree with. But some people, I do be more careful. I want to be a good example for young girls, you know, like, not perfect, like I said. Instagram is a toxic place. We always compare ourselves. They always look like they have the perfect life, but it's not true, kids. We don't. We are insecure as well. We have our own issues, and you should always try and keep some element private if you're in the public eye. I think anyway.
For sure.
And I think you should keep your circle very close in the public eye as well. And I feel like definitely have friends outside the industry, I would say.
For sure. Because I feel like you said, a lot of young people who watch, they think if they follow you on social media, then they know every single bit of your life and they know every piece of it. But really, they don't. Like,
they don't.
There is a lot that people keep private, but it's nice to have people feel like they're in the know
they sort of think
while creating that boundary.
Yeah, but then you know, you're not going to share you on the toilet seat.
Right, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Just wiping your bum like, hey guys.
There are some people who, I mean, credit to credit to those who, you know, make a whole career out of it. But there are some people who film every single second of their life, and I'm like, mentally, I don't know how they do it. That's props to them, but I don't know how they do it.
I feel sorry for them. I'm like, listen, live in the moment. Put that phone away. And, you know, me and Curtis, we try not to go on our phones when we're together. And he's very not a phone person. Like, I love that. Like, if you look on his Instagram, he's not the typical influencer. He's all about his business and his finance company, and I feel like that is so attractive. When we're out, if I'm doing a TikTok, he's not like, I don't want to do it, he'll join in, he'll support me, but then we'll put our phone away and we'll just talk in the moment.
Right.
We'll appreciate the meal that we've got. It's nice.
It's so important to
were
do
you
that.
surprised that he made things official with you when you guys were still like in the villa?
I think I was shocked because you know what it is? I never feel like I deserve to be loved. So I think that insecurity is always there. So when I even felt something and he sort of said that to me, it was quite overwhelming. I loved that because it made me feel like, well, this is something I'll remember on TV forever. And it was on Valentine's Day. And it doesn't matter how long, or, you know, we were in there from the start. And I always think to myself, people always have this thing of, well, when are they going to be boyfriend and girlfriend to all the other couples? And I think it's not fair, because I'm like, listen, those other couples, for me, in my eyes, they are official, because like, you're together. Why does everything have to be labelized? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why. It's like Love Island has made that process into like 4 different steps. It's like one step. Like, it's like you're together, you're not together. Right. But it's somehow with Love Island, it's like, okay, we're together. Okay, we're our heads won't turn. Yeah. Okay, then you're closed off.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, and then after you're closed off,
that
like,
traumatized me.
There's so many different steps. And then it's like, we're not gonna see anybody else. I'm like, okay, so you're dating. It's like, and it's like, okay, but then we're not boyfriend girlfriend yet.
Yeah.
In the real world, you have one conversation, and it's sort of like, you know.
But do you not think in the real world, darling, these people, sneaky men you go on a date with, they'll say to you, oh, I'm closed off to you. And then they've probably got Patricia down the line, or they've got Amy or someone else at their
That's why it can't be named as closed off. It's got to be like, we're dating.
But I'm shagging 6 other people. But you're not going to find out about it until you come to my flat and you find eyelashes on the floor.
Yeah, right.
Did this happen to you, Ekin?
No, but I've heard stories.
Yeah.
Girl, if anyone did that to me, I would ruin them.
Yeah. Right.
I would.
That's what it would be public.
They should be scared of me.
Yeah. No.
Has it happened to you two, any?
No, thank God. That sounds awful. But yes, no, you do always hear the stories of like, oh, that's where'd the pink toothbrush come from? That wasn't here.
Oh, it's my mom's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my sister's. You don't have a sister.
Yeah. Have you seen the TikToks where girls will be like, okay, guys, I'm at this guy's house. Does anybody recognize this house? And then it's just like a flood. And I'm like, you're putting this on TikTok. Who knows if the people commenting. You never seen
that's
that?
open the door for me if I'm a burglar.
Yeah. Right. Now you know. Right. Exactly. Now you know exactly where to go in the house.
You're like, oh, that window looks open.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh my God. No, I did not know about that at all. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there are relationships that you can keep from the show where you stay close and you have friends and sometimes, but then it's also like you were on a TV show, you're not going to be best friends with everybody. How do you feel about like the online pressure of like all the girls have to leave like being best friends?
See, I'm a very black and white person. I've done so many TV shows, right? And in every Traitors, we're all very good friends.
Yeah.
We're all like, it's a very good support system, I think. You know, Phaedra will comment, I'll comment, we'll see each other. They're always very, I feel like different shows, you can't always get, it's an energy thing.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to click. Not everyone's going to be best friends. Some people might. For me, I never went on to Love Island All Stars thinking I'm going to go on to make new friends. I'm going on to find love, to have a journey, to, you know, everyone wants
have
their
fun,
thing and whatever.
Yeah.
Have fun and to rewrite my love story. And if I make friends, great. Perfect. I personally I have nothing bad to say about anyone in my season. I generally liked everyone. You know, if people were being two-faced, then I'm sorry for them for being two-faced. You know, it's not nice. Yeah. But I would never do that to them.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be best friends, and it's a choice. And I still talk to them all. And I'm just very busy, babes.
Yeah.
And I don't really have time to even socialize. So if I could, I would be with the girls right now, partying away. But I'm here sat on this chair in America with two of the best people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's all I can say.
Oh, thank you. Exactly. Was it nice being back with Luca though? Like I know like, you and Luca are close.
Listen, Luca is the sweetest.
Yeah.
Like I know him from before. I know him pre-show and during the mid-time when we had that sort of gap, and we've always been in touch, and he is such a lovely, lovely soul. And I just wanted him to be happy, and I genuinely looked out for him in there. And he is who you see. I like that this time round, you know, I'm sure the first time round, you know, he was, I don't know if he was shown in the best light, or I don't know about that, but this time I can see there's a lot more love for him.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Grace is so nice for him.
They're so
people
sweet.
really love
they did
Luke
their
and Grace. Well,
beach
they did. They made it official, boyfriend and girlfriend. I thought they were engaged.
I thought the same. But Luca loves to do that. Like we know him.
Yeah,
he loves to do that. So it's his signature theme.
Yeah.
So
And I love watching you guys together because it really does feel like a brother-sister relationship. Like if there was every time
TikToks of people shipping us together, and I'm like, this is really weird. Like I do not see him romantically.
No, because you need somebody like he's like no, when there is anything coming up, he's like, I'll talk to Ekin, okay?
Yeah.
Like he's like, I got it.
They throw a song onto any edit on TikTok, and you can make anything look romantic. Like they'll make any two people look in love on TikTok.
Even
it's
two
insane.
girls, and I'm like,
You can edit literally anything together with a good song. But I think people really, really loved Luca and Grace, and they're rooting for them. And people were so happy for the beach boyfriend girlfriend proposal.
Totally.
Yeah. I love them. Listen, Luca's always my boy, so I'm always hype him, you know.
Right,
and Grace, she's so lovely.
Yeah,
she really is, and she brings out the best in Luca, and they're just really cute together, and they do look like Barbie and Ken.
They do.
Yeah, they
definitely do.
Oh my God, stunning couple.
Yeah,
they are.
Unfortunately, we do need to wrap up, but last question presented by Armani Beauty. We absolutely love Armani Beauty, but what is Ekin-Su's day-to-day looking like now? I know you said you're very busy, you're in America, you're going back. What's next for you?
We have some stuff lined up. I can't say, because I always have this thing when I've learned in the past I'll say things and then something gets triggered, and then you know how people are.
Right.
So I'm just gonna wait till it happens.
Very fair.
You guys will be like, oh, she's in this, oh, she's in that, you know. Amazing. So it's just exciting. It's a good year.
Yeah.
I have a new team on board as well. Very excited.
That's amazing.
Love it. American team. So yeah, it's going to be a good year.
I see you out in LA. I see you doing TV or movies or something really. I mean, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, so you can really do whatever you
want.
But we can't wait to see like what that looks like for sure. Are there any other reality shows that you would like to do? Is there anything that you watch that you're like, ooh, I would do that?
I would love to do the American Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I was just gonna say Dancing with
No
the Stars.
way.
Because we went to a taping of Dancing with the Stars last year, and Curtis was sitting right in front of us, and we were so nervous to say anything because we were obviously fans, and we didn't say a word, but we were like, it's Curtis. And so that I was just gonna say Dancing with the Stars because we saw Curtis at that taping.
That's mental.
I know. Well, it was funny because I'm like a Dancing with the Stars super fan. I love the show. So when we went, I was so excited. I couldn't believe I was in the ballroom doing the whole thing, and we were in our seats, and the tables in front, they have all the names of the people sitting in them on the chairs, and I looked around, I was, oh my gosh, that says Curtis. And I was, we were like Curtis from Love Island.
That's Curtis gonna be here.
Yeah. And he was there with his brother.
Yeah, we chickened out. We said nothing.
Yeah, they were there to see that episode, that taping, which was really cool. Which one did you do? And did you do the one in the UK or was it on ice?
That's Dancing on Ice.
And you did that show.
I did that show.
Yes, okay.
So that meant I couldn't do Strictly for another. They have this rule in the UK where if you do one show, it can like competitors and stuff.
And Strictly is like the Dancing with the Stars of...
Yeah. I would love to do that too. But I think for me, Dancing with the Stars and definitely The Jungle at some point, because they're like the main two I really want to do. Obviously never. I dating shows, bye-bye.
Yeah.
I found my man.
We're closing
Don't
that
need anyone
chapter.
now.
Yeah.
Next thing is probably wedding bells and all that stuff. But it's been good that I did my last ever sort of dating thing for Love Island All Stars. It was like a cherry on the cake. Found my man, happy.
Yeah.
I'm just happy with everything, guys. I've not felt happy in a long time.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
And it feels good.
Yeah.
Huge congratulations to you.
Seriously.
I feel like you're about to have a great year ahead. And you're right, this was the perfect little cherry on top, the All-Stars. And everybody loved to watch you come back.
Yeah, babe.
Absolutely.
It's been good to be back.
Well, we're so excited to see everything that comes.
Yes.
And
I'm
what
excited to
projects
share with
it's
you
gonna
guys
be.
again.
Yeah,
I know, it's
we're
going to be
super
so
excited.
fun. Hopefully it, brings you stateside a little bit too.
I just love the US.
Yeah.
Some more Broadway shows.
Yeah, like something like that,
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Ekin, thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank
This
you,
was lovely.
girls, for having me here.
Oh,
I feel
thank
like I was
you.
talking to two friends,
Yes, that's what
That's
we
the
hope
best.
for. That's
what
what
we
hope
want.
for. Yeah, exactly.
really good.
Yes.
And congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna
So
look stunning.
Oh, thank
She
you.
is.
Your outfit.
It's the hair color. Of course.
She is.
yeah.
Her dresses.
Babe. You got up your best girl, right?
She just got married
she's
in September.
not doing a wedding
I'm
party.
not
but-
doing a wedding party, but she will be getting ready with me.
Yes.
Good.
And we got married 6 months apart from each other,
Yes.
basically. I got married in September.
Yes.
so-
Congratulations. I love love. So
Yeah. Yep, we're sending that energy.
Yeah.
Sending that
You're
energy.
next. You're next.
Exactly. Love it. Ekin, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Why was that so good?
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. The best show on earth. Is it sticking yet? Who knows?
Best show on earth. We're gonna have to come up with a jingle.
Yeah, maybe a little jingle out there. Anyways, we love you guys so very much, and we'll talk to you on Friday.